Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Crypto Empire, where we dominate the crypto market. My name is Connor. Happy Friday. Let's get right into this live stream. Hope you're all doing very good. Now, we're in a very interesting spot right now in the market. Memes still leading the way. There's zero surprise there. If we look at the top gainers, we got Dog Food Token of 500% on the day. Looking at the gainers and losers, still mostly meme coins just leading the charge. GOAT up another 36%. Largely memes here for the top gainers, and also just put that on do not disturb so we don't hear that ding. Looking at the gainers and losers, looks like the fake Mudang is down a bit, as well as PAI down a bit. One of these new AI coins being pushed by a bunch of influencers. Overall, the market's waiting on Bitcoin right now. All right, and I'll leave this sketch here, just kind of go over everything. Let's go over BTC. So as it stands right now, we are above the channel, right? We broke that channel high, and the high price of today was exactly $69,000, right? And that's really not too surprising at all, right? 69K, that's the all-time high from 2021. Now, there are a lot of signs of local topping here, all right? So just as I've been saying for the past 6 weeks here or so, I don't know how long it's been, but when Bitcoin is in an aggressive uptrend and it has signs it wants to top here locally, such as bearish divergence, price making higher highs, at resistance, RSI falling, making lower highs, there's a lot of signs that price does want to pull back. But if it's going to stay aggressively trending, it will simply hold support very well. All right. So that's why I've drawn this sketch here on the chart. And also, coincidentally enough, I've had this trend line, this one here, since Bitcoin made this first kind of sign of top. But just like I said, right, it pulled back directly to support and it held. So the bearish divergence doesn't really play out in an aggressive trending environment. But I just extended this trend line right, and that was the exact top as well as the top of our red zone. All right, so this is how I go about using my TA on the charts to essentially predict what is going to happen next. I lay out things well ahead of time, and I let price come to me instead of me chasing price. And what does that do? It allows me to be proactive instead of reactive, which is pretty essential if you're going to be trading the markets actively. But anyways, when it comes to Bitcoin right now, what do we want? Well, we know there's a lot of signs of a pullback. We want to hold this support here. All right, I think this is the level we likely come down to, and that's at around $65,000. All right, the same support that held on Tuesday when we had that pump, dump, and then pump again. I'm looking for the same support to kind of hold, maybe a sweep of this low down here at 64,770. Can this happen over the weekend? It certainly can. All right, so be prepared. It's Friday night right now. Maybe we get the dip over the weekend and we send during the last week in October. I mean, that's a pretty realistic scenario, especially if we just look at the 1 month candle here. We'll get rid of these lines. If we look at this monthly candle, again, it's very, very bullish. All right, so October is real. We got the wick down. We're now up, nice green bar, but I do think that this goes to the highs and likely breaks the highs before the end of October. Let's remember right now, lads, it's crunch time. We got the election in 18 days. I'm starting to get text messages from these random numbers telling me I need a vote and I need to register to vote and all this other garbage. Right there, it's happening. It's right now. 18 days away or so. Trump 20% lead according to Polymarket. A Trump victory is going to send the market. Very, very simple. If Kamala wins, we probably will pull back before we go higher. If Trump wins, we might just send directly on election day, just like we sent directly on the interest rate cut day, FOMC. So that's my thoughts summarized in my own voice. Hope that makes sense. Be ready for a weekend pullback here. But overall, very, very bullish. Let's see what's going on here with our live chat. What's going on, everyone? We got Stacy, Miko. What's up, guys? We got Fiat Hater says, welcome back. Bitcoin on the monthly is broken through, up and away. Yeah, I mean, the most bullish scenario is no pullback at all. And we just go straight to the all-time high, then break out. As I have written here, must flip and hold 68,500. We're not able to do that yet. This is the last resistance, the last supply zone, as far as I'm concerned, before that all-time high in price discovery. So it might take 2 tries to break through this level and then up, and away. But I would love the most bullish scenario of just pumping from here to play out. But I would say it's unlikely. Better chance we do a slight pullback first. And again, when Bitcoin's in these aggressive uptrends, the pullbacks are short-lived and they're shallow. All right, so that's why I'm not looking for much here, really just 65K. Rahul Guru, what's up, my man? Smashing the like button. Awesome, Rahul. Thanks for your support. Fiat Hater says Sundog's at a nice entry now. Yeah, it's back to the bottom. Back to the bottom, lads. So yeah, it wicked down here and swept this low the other week. Swept the low at 20 cents on the 10th of October, 2 weeks ago. Beautiful move up to resistance. There's a lot going on in this chart, I know, guys, but bear with me. But we've essentially pulled back to, let's clean this up a bit. We pulled back to in here. And we've also swept our Monday low. So I do agree with you, Fiat Hater. This is a good entry. If Bitcoin does want to do the 65K, though, altcoins are going to react hard. Just like this whole week, you guys have noticed Bitcoin's up here at 68, 69,000. And a lot of altcoins, lagged, right? A lot of altcoins hadn't moved when Bitcoin moved. A bit of a delayed reaction on a lot of them. So yeah, if Bitcoin wants to pull back to 65, 66,000, these altcoins can puke, which is why I wouldn't be too shocked to see maybe another test of the channel here at 20 or the bottom of the green, which is this low, come into play. So I would scale in. I think Sundog is a good coin, especially going into this market environment we're in. Memecoin, Justin Sun's project. So I think it will do well. So I would say to build a position. Don't full port it or enter your entire size on a leverage trade here. I would look to build this out probably over the weekend if it doesn't just pump from here with steady limit orders in to get a better average entry. But I think there's a very good chance that this one pulls some multiples in the coming months. As with many meme coins, they're all going to multiply. We are about to experience market expansion, which is why I said don't fumble. Right now is not the time to be scared and be worried about prices dropping and stuff. You had 7 months to do that. You had 7 months to be scared and be worried about things. I think now is the time to be a bull and believe that we're about to break out. And again, going back to the election, here's Polymarket, right? It's 18 days away. If we just look at the Trump token, MAGA Trump, 237 million market cap. Looks like it's trying to break out from the symmetrical pennant here in the daily. But this is the red sketch that I put on the chart all the way back here at the end of September, right? And here's our blue line, November 5th, election day. So it is kind of following the sketch to a degree. And I do expect it to continue to follow the sketch. So even this thing is going to multiply more. It's already up 3x from the bottom, but it's got more in it. And people are scared to buy it now. It's already proven that it's bottomed out. It's already proven it's made a new uptrend. It's made a higher high, higher lows. It's got more in the gas tank to keep on pushing. And people are still scared to buy it because they have bear market post-traumatic stress disorder. They've been conditioned to buy something and then see the price drop. So now what do? It's just like when you're a kid, you put your hand on the burning hot stove. You don't want to put your hand on that stove anymore. We've been conditioned not to do it. It's the same thing with buying assets right now. All right. So I think it's better to be a bull currently. I think holders are going to get rewarded more so than, say, traders, say, buying Trump, holding it for a few days and then rotating out of it to something else. I think now is the time in the market where holders will start to see the gains again, just like we saw a year ago at the bottom in September, October, and just like we saw in February of this past year when AI coins went ballistic and a lot of meme coins also did. It was the holders that made the most money there, right? It wasn't the traders. And we're about to enter that environment again. Why is that? Well, in my perspective, it's quite simple. I mean, this is a heavily manipulated game. If you haven't noticed, your emotions probably do get the best of you many times in the crypto market. It's very common, right? It's a very emotional kind of thing when there's a lot of money on the line. And the people that run this game, they know that, right? I mean, they're manipulating hard. So basically, people have been manipulated. Everyone has over the past 7 months to, again, be fearful and be scared to hold anything because it's just going to keep on dropping. So now the money will be made holding, and retail won't believe it until it's too late, and they'll pile back in at the top, and then that's when the big boys will make their money. So it's actually it's in their advantage, the people that run the game, to send the market here and play a bit of a longer term game, in my opinion. So yeah, I'm bullish. Just in summary, I'm quite bullish. Now, interestingly enough, here we have Worldcoin. I did a live stream in the mastermind, I believe it was on Tuesday. And I basically went through the entire process of mapping out a trade. And I used Worldcoin as the example. We started on the weekly time frame, we dropped it to the daily, we dropped it to the 4-hour, we found our critical zones. But basically the conclusion I came to back on Tuesday of this week when Worldcoin was up here was this demand zone here, and basically look to long in this demand zone, and also a sweep of the Monday low. I'm just showing you guys this for practical reasons to show you that TA does work. It's not going to work 100% of the time, but it does work. As you can see, price did drop perfectly to that demand level, and Worldcoin did pump 17% from it. All right, so if you guys want to learn the process of how to find these high probability zones and all that, I have a lot of free resources on YouTube, lads. All you need to go to is the playlist. And then over here, you're going to want to go to trading tutorials, and you're going to watch these supply and demand trading videos, these first two. And if you actually study this stuff and apply it on your own, it's going to up your TA game so much. It's my bread and butter when it comes to looking at the charts. But here's just another practical example of, another one working out beautifully. Anyways, let's see what's going on here in the chat further. We got some super chats today. Thank you guys for the super chats. B&B Dream with a 20 euro super chat. He says, hey, Connor, any chance you can look at PSPS chart? Absolutely, man. I appreciate the super chat. Let's take a look at PSPS. Are we looking on the one on Solana or Ethereum, B&B Dream? Because we got a PSPS on both chains. And one's at 13 mil, one's at 3.6 mil on the ETH side. Trading view. All right, lad. All right, so first of all, it's a good looking chart. Why is it a good looking chart? Get rid of this. Well, it's clearly in a new uptrend. All right, it's clearly $13 mil. Yeah, it's clearly showing signs of life here, right? You had a nice double bottom. You made the higher high. You made a higher low now. So now you want to see the next higher high past this at 5.4 cents in this area. So I don't know anything about this. I assume it's a meme coin by the name Bobacat. I see it's a year old, which is good, right? These established memes, the market's starting to take a liking to them over these fresh launches, I'd say. So it looks decent from the chart, and it's following the market, right? It's not doing its own random thing like decoupling from, say, Bitcoin. It's moving in tandem with Bitcoin in a sense, where it's finding its tops and it's finding its bottoms very similar to where Bitcoin is. So if that's the case and Bitcoin's about to break out into a new all-time high, well then, this thing, if it's going to keep on following BTC, should continue to send. That's my take on it from a glance. Zig Z with a $5 super chat. Appreciate that, man. Thank you for the super chat. It says, could you please check out Speedy on ETH? It's looking great. Speedy the Turtle, huh? So that's the 4-hour launch at the end of September. New meme, and it's got legs. Chart looks good. It looks like people had a few weeks to accumulate this under a 1 million market cap. And it's currently at a 9 mil. It hit 10 mil market cap. So I'd say it's off to a great start, being that it's less than a month old, and it's rewarded holders who bought early, right? I'm curious how big this dump was back here. All right, so it survived some 50% moves to the downside. This recent one was 47% lower. So definitely a lot of profit taking happening here by the early holders. I think that's reflected in the chart. If this thing is going to continue, it likely stays in this kind of consolidation structure. And we can draw out a range here. So let's go ahead and draw out a bit of a range. Keep it pretty simple. I'll mark that as the high. I'll put this as the low. So if it's going to consolidate and you want to buy it, I would say look to buy it at the range lows. If it wants to break down, I would be ready if you want to buy some down here in this order block demand zone on the 4-hour time frame. But yeah, I mean, it's a good chart. Speedy the Turtle. That's my thoughts on Speedy. If you guys want me to go over your coins in depth, drop a super chat. I'd be more than happy to go over it. Thank you, Zigzy and BNB Dream, for the super chats. What's the best way to reach out to me? Hit me on Telegram at CCell34. I'll put it in the chat. That's my only Telegram, and I'll never DM you first. Sam says, hey man, still loving QNT. The last time I had anything nice to say about QNT was might have been 2022, over 2 years ago. I would say I'm a QNT hater for the past 2 years now. I don't like anything about that coin. It's a shit coin in my opinion. Let's see. Matt says that Polymarket's manipulated. The whole world's manipulated, man. So what are you going to do about it? Shout out to Monero Killer. Says, what up, bro? What's going on, Monero Killer? Happy to have you here, man. We also got All Day Dre. What's going on, Dre? Let's get into some news, guys. So first of all, the big boys are buying up Bitcoin. BlackRock has bought a total of $1 billion in Bitcoin this week, as you can see, with their iBit Bitcoin ETF through the Coinbase Prime Hot Wallet. So yeah, BlackRock's buying, which is reflected in the chart. Also, if we look at this gold versus Bitcoin ETF flows, Bitcoin in its first year, over 20 billion. So it's seeing a lot more inflows than gold. Speaking about gold and silver, commodities are on the rise, as you can see. Silver has reached $33 per ounce, the highest price in over 1 decade. Gold also pumping. What does that mean? It means commodities are going up. It It means the global liquidity cycle is playing out. It means that Bitcoin's going to pump. It means that crypto is also going to follow altcoins and such. It's really a bad time to have a bear market post-traumatic stress disorder. It's a bad time to be scared. I think risk on is going to treat people well. It hasn't treated people well at all most of this year, right? The past 6 months, anybody who was risk on got demolished for the most part, unless you were deep in the trenches, buying shit coins on Solana and just flipping them quick. But overall, investment wise, altcoins got decimated, so people are scared as hell. But we're seeing signs of life in gold and silver. Bitcoin is, you saw what Larry Fink had to say about Bitcoin. He compares it to gold. So it's only a matter of time here before crypto follows, in my opinion. Just for your information, here we have a tweet. This is what the people with bear market post-traumatic stress disorder are saying right now. So they say, I believe in crypto long-term, just waiting for a good time to buy. And this guy says, just put the fries in the bag, which is the popular term right now on crypto Twitter to reference bears. Just put the fries in the bag. We got Joey Joe, Shillin DMT. Joey Joe, I know you weren't here earlier in the week, but I was like, is Joey Joe watching? Because DMT is pumping. But it's good to see you back here in the chat, Joey Joe. And yes, this thing's picking up. So it's pulling back right now, 37 million market cap. It was at around 25, pumped up to 43, now back at 37 mil. But yeah, this one seems like a culture coin, Joey Joe. I have looked into it. And yeah, it looks pretty good, man. He says, don't sleep on Senko Chain DMT. Probably going to be one of the biggest gainers this run. So yeah, it seems a lot of attention around this token recently. We'll just do a little exploration of what this thing is so you guys can kind of get an understanding of it. I would describe it as a crypto culture coin. So, for example, we can go to Senko TV and we can watch Friends. We can watch various different shows. You can play some games, right? These devs they're building out basically a DJ in paradise, right? We can watch The Great Ninja War from Shippuden if we want. So yeah, you can do a lot on this. It's an interesting concept, and it could do well, being that the crypto market is very, very degenerate. But yeah, I mean, it's an interesting project, definitely very unique, one of its kind. And, the market likes unique products, and they actually have devs that are doing things instead of a bunch of LARPs, which is unique in the space as well. In a space full of LARPs, a dev actually building something. Who would have thought, right? Anyways, Joey Joe, good to see you, man. Let's take a look at this tweet by Murad. Guys, by the way, smash that like button if you're enjoying the stream so far. See that like number is pretty weak right now. Smash it up. Appreciate your support. We got this tweet here by Murad. He says, Cardano's market cap is bigger than the total of Lyft, Pepe, Popcat, SPX, Mod, Giga, Apu, Bitcoin, and Retardio. That's how early we are to the Memecoin super cycle. And this does put a lot of things in perspective, right? This does put a lot of things in perspective. We'll talk about Doge as well in a second, with Doge on the rise. But if you look at Cardano here, number 12 rank, with a $12.5 billion valuation in market cap, it is kind of absurd. Also, Polkadot as well at 6.2 billion. I mean, Polkadot was top 5 in 2020. Here we are 4 years later. It's now number 20. This thing's going to sink probably to less than 100. It's such a shit coin. But yeah, there's a lot of room for growth here, and there's going to be a great replacement amongst a lot of these coins. Tau is going to go top 10. Kaz, still a candidate for top 10 in my eyes. But a lot of this stuff is going to be booted out of the top 100 and replaced by different projects. And, Murad's obviously all in on the meme coin super cycle. He's got everything on the line now, right? He's the man, right? He's the hero now. Will he live long enough to see the hero become the villain? We'll see. That's usually how these things turn out. But I do think he has some good things to say in regards to this, referencing Cardano. There's a lot of mispriced assets in terms of overvalued up here, and a lot of undervalued projects in the less than the top 100. So again, take your picks or put the fries in the bag. It's your choice, because we are about to accelerate. And nothing happening right now in these charts. Also, when it comes to memes, this guy S-Max says, suggest you stop trying to intellectualize meme coins so much. People like to gamble. It's not that deep, and this is very true. You got people writing all these in-depth theses on why these particular memes are going to pump and all this other stuff. I noticed. I've been in the Solana trenches a little bit recently. If you guys were watching the stream the other day, I got wrecked on this one, the pyramid dog. But before that, I caught the banger on Tilly. And the reason I even wanted to buy Tilly was because I know the GOAT token has been just going absolutely parabolic and capturing mindshare in the crypto market. Right? This is all anybody is talking about right now, this GOAT token with the AI. And basically this coin Tilly, it was an AI dog from A16Z. I mean, short-lived shitcoin pump. But when you manage to catch something very early and at a good price, it ended up going 22x from the low to the high from the time of the call. So anyways, that one popped off. Recently, this one, Sydney, which apparently is the GOAT's girlfriend, has been popping off. But, people are going to try to intellectualize all this stuff like, oh, it's this and that, it's the other thing. No, it's a useless meme coin that has something to do with the hot thing right now, which is the GOAT token, and that's why it goes up. So if you guys are playing the trenches, it's very simple. I'm going to make a full video on this because I have it all outlined, ready to go. But basically, once you identify the current meta in the trenches, which right now it's that GOAT token and the AI, all you need to do is look for derivatives of that main play, right? 2-3 weeks ago, it was all Moodang and cute animal coins. Now it's all these beta plays to what the GOAT AI has tweeted or put in his documents in the past. It's very, very low IQ stuff. It's not hard. But if you're off the meta, you won't make any money, which is why the pyramid dog thing, this thing probably would have went to millions if it was during the Moodang rise, because it was a dog on top of the pyramid of Giza. It's pretty funny. It's very memeable. But the market doesn't care about animals right now. It's all about the AI stuff. So, yeah, if you're in the trenches, guys, you need to identify the current meta and just stick to that, and you should do pretty well. You have to understand, you win some, you lose some, but you live to trade another day. So don't blow your whole stack on one play. Don't blow your whole load. You got to use risk management, position sizing, basic trading principles to have success in the shitcoin trenches. It's the same thing as leverage trading to a degree. But the only thing, leverage trading is less time intensive in the trenches, man. You got to be looking at this stuff like 24/7. So if you're a busy person, I would learn how to leverage trade, overplay the shitcoin trenches personally. But everyone's different. Everyone's got their own way of doing things, but that's just my cup of tea. Anyways, lads, hope all that makes sense. And let's see what else is going on here. So let's just keep on touching on this political finance meta. So we know we got Trump MAGA. We can find it again in our watch list. It's at $5 right now. I'm going to lay it out plain and simple for you guys. This one's got higher to go. It's not like I'm just randomly talking about this either. You guys know I've been on this like a hawk from the exact bottom, and I call the exact bottom down here at $1.70. So I'm going to lay it out pretty simple for you guys. If you see Bitcoin dip to 65K this weekend and you see the Trump coin go back into the threes down here at the bottom of this consolidation, even better would be another move into this green box below 350. If you see it, you buy it. All right. It's that simple. You want to make money? There, just listen to that. Not financial advice, but I'm very confident in this play. People are scared, plain and simple. When there's fear, what do? You be greedy. You buy up the supply so you can dump it when people are greedy up here at the top. The MAGA hat, same story. Here we go. The MAGA hat is 71 million. Kind of an identical chart to Trump, but it is slightly lagging. But I would say the same thing. Look to buy the dip this weekend if you get it. The election's less than 3 weeks away. Yes, these things have pumped. Yes, they're not bottomed out. They all went up 3x from the bottom. They're going to go a lot higher. Why? Because people, again, sideline money will pour in. Sideline money will pour in. And there's a lot of money on the sidelines. So if I had to draw what I think is going to happen here with the Trump coin or the MAGA hat coin, maybe we dip down here and then basically a parabolic run up until the election. So this is going to happen quickly. I would embrace these calm periods we're having in the market right now because they will not be lasting forever. Now, some beta plays, I think a lot of beta plays will do well as well. One beta play I'm in is, of course, Giga Trump. And this thing is just sitting pretty down here at 150K market cap. I mean, it's extremely low. But these are the ones that can rise very quickly when they start to catch a bid. So if there's going to be beta plays going off, I mean, there's many options out there. There's G Trump. Fiat Hater says MAGA on base is pumping. Let's take a look at that one. This one's at 3 mil. Starting to get a reaction from the bottom here. Up 140% from the bottom. All right, so a lot of these beta plays will do good. But personally, for the less risky thing and also very good returns, I would stick with the largest ones mainly, and then go into beta plays with smaller capital. But even just the Trump token alone, I think is going to print some multiples here in the immediate short term leading into the election. If you were wondering what I thought about election coins right now, there you have it. Let's see, thoughts on Prime, Parallel AI, and Sync. So Prime, I'm still bullish on Prime despite the price action recently. It's back up to $9. You guys remember when it was down here in the trend line and I was saying, hey, if you want to buy it, now you should buy it. Well, this is why. But anyways, I like Prime. PAI, I don't know. I don't really trust it. I know it got shilled by a lot of influencers and pumped. Could it be a huge winner in the AI space? Could be, but I mean, I'm going to stay away from it personally. I don't know. We're back seeing the Ponzi tax farmers on these AI coins. And a lot of these are just straight up LARPs. Live action role playing is a real project. So it's really hard to decipher which ones are legit and which ones are actually real. Even if they look legit and they pump, there's a good chance they're actually still just LARPing, just farming taxes and dumping the token when it goes up in value. So you got to be careful. You can catch winners on LARPs, but I'd say 7 to 8 times out of 10, you're going to lose your investment when you put it into shit like this. And then SNYK or SYNK, I've never heard of it before. So I have no idea. Looks like I've looked at it. I must have been asked on live stream before. Another 5.5 tax token. I mean, you guys notice how these things are just copycats? Like, They all say the same things: decentralized operating system, decentralized cloud. It's like, how many decentralized clouds and operating systems and all this do we need? Especially random ones that pop up out of the blue. This one launched in August, so it's been around for a few months, but it's really tough to tell if it's a LARP or not. So price prediction, I have no idea. I'd say moon or dust if I was to give a price prediction on something like this. Expect to lose, but if you win, you'll win big. That's how you should look at any of these shitcoin plays, LARP AI coins, on-chain AI coins. Most of them are complete dog shit, but hey, if you win, you'll win big if you catch the right one. Shout out Raja. What's going on, Raja, here in the live chat? Build like a thumb. Is Boo due for a pullback? I don't know what Boo is, man, but if you're asking about Bitcoin, yeah, I think maybe we get a little dip over the weekend, but I'm still expecting structure to stay in an aggressive uptrend, which means the dips will be shallow and short-lived. So I'm looking for the 65K levels personally, lads. And I'm curious. I actually haven't pulled a fib from the 69K high yet. So let's pull a fib live on stream and see what we get here. So coincidentally enough, TA works out again. The 38.2 fib, which is the continuation level you want to see hold for a short and shallow pullback, is exactly here at 65K where I have drawn my sketch. And this is the first time I'm drawing the fib. So it's nice to see that confluence. 38.2 is the continuation fib level, where if there's going to be a short-lived pullback, that's going to hold. So yeah, I'm sticking with that TA. I like that. And I'll either be proven right once again or I'll be proven wrong. We'll see how it goes here. Joey Joe says Senko Pets is where it's at. Well, the word cult is in culture. Tupac has given me his hoodie. It's a good one, Stacy. Let's see, autism. So yeah, talking about other meme coins, there's autism, which seems to be like a beta play of Retardio. And yeah, there's the autism chart here, guys. In the past, let's choose this date. In the past 13 days, it is up 30x in price. A coin called Autism, a pump fund launch. Imagine that. Would I buy this now? I don't like buying charts like this personally, but let's take a look at Retardio. By the way, when I was saying the Murad memes were all pulling back and you should be looking for entries, they all bounced from that. Anyways, yeah, I mean, this is kind of following Retardio and the other Murad memes. Look, I mean, the market likes this kind of stuff, so if we go full-on bull, which I think is going to happen, yeah, this thing probably goes higher. Just because, again, that's where we're at in the market. Doesn't matter what you think or I think. It matters what the market in general thinks, the collective thoughts of all the participants, and that's reflected in the price. And they obviously like this. So, yeah, if you want this, look for a pullback to the old all-time high. That's the most logical thing to do instead of buying a chart top blasting it. Not a fan of top blasting. Matt says, thoughts on Pinot, small market cap. All right, so I mean, we're going full on degen now with the questions and requests. Everybody's asking about meme coins, so I guess we're looking at these memes. So this one's Pinot. Man, this is the bad boy of Solana. Okay. Thoughts on Pinot? I mean, it's got the the Ponky vibes, right? With everything, it looks like Ponky. Chart's starting to pick up, which is a good sign. Not dead. You got volume. You got some green bars. Thoughts on it? Zero or hero, moon or dust if you buy this. Right, you're either going to make a lot of money or you're not going to make anything. It's a gamble. It's a meme coin. It's a shit coin. So gamble responsibly is the best word of advice I have for you, Matt. We got DeMarcus Jackson says Young Peasy on base is making a comeback. I remember that one from back in like March or whatever, April. He says basically Pepe reprint on base, but gains are gains. Damn, Young Peasy's making a hard comeback. Wow, I haven't looked at this chart. That's an impressive move. Should you buy it now? Well, probably not. Why? Yeah, it's 8x. It's 8x in 6 days. I mean, hey, that's a pump. If you got into PZ down here at these lows, kudos to you. Good work. It's a great trade. But don't get too attached to it, I would say. Treat it like any other shit coin and look to take profit on it. And that's a great trade. But yeah, Base is coming alive for sure. Base follows Ethereum to a T, if you guys haven't noticed. So if we look at ETH here, ETH lagging behind Bitcoin majorly. It's in this range, highs, lows. The level here that's on the chart, this yellow dotted line, is at 2,800. The 200 daily EMA is at 2,800. So the level for ETH that it has, also the high that it needs to clear to make a higher high, is at 2,800. So ETH is simple. And you can also see, with ETH doing this slight pump over the past 2 weeks, a lot of Base ecosystem coins moving. Base is alive with ETH alive. So when ETH clears $2,800, guys, Base will go absolutely nuts. It's just a precursor of it. However, that doesn't mean you should chase after coins that are already pumping. At this point, something like this, up 8x in 6 days, you want to have some kind of method to the madness and at least look to buy a pullback. Don't chase. Wait for it to come to the level you want to play at. So if you just look at PZ and mark out the zones, there's a very good chance they will hit, and you can get a much better entry if you want to buy something that's currently ripping to the upside. That's at least my word of advice. You can feel free to top blast it. Maybe it'll work out for you, but it typically doesn't. And even if the asset's going to go much higher, I mean, this thing is vertical straight up, right? Where's my brush? Here we go, right? It's vertical straight up. It would make sense to pull back and then continue. So that's my word of advice. Let's see. We got a $4.99 super chat from Sniff. Sniff flexing in his new picture there. Flexing his back gains. Do you even lift, brah? He says, yo, Connor, what do Michael Jackson and Caviar have in common? Both come on tiny crackers. Jesus, man. He says, also, can you do TI and Rebus? You sicko. You absolute sicko, Sniff. You haven't changed one bit. Let's look at Rebus. That's a sick joke, man. Let's see. Rebus. Cosmos? Yes, Cosmos. Up 200% on the day. Let's go look at it on the osmosis chart. by the way, Sniff, what's your take on Atom and this price action, man? Is it the North Koreans? I saw there was something with North Korea and Atom. They had something selling tokens or something. What's going on with Atom? So we can only look on the weekly for this thing because this trading volume is so low. Now you can see the weekly started to curl up a bit. It's up. It's up a bit recently. But yeah, I mean, you got a nice rounded bottom forming here on the chart. So that's what you like to see. This is an accumulation lake, as I like to call them. Right? You guys see what I'm talking about here? You see the accumulation lake? Should be pretty clear. You have this support level. You had price break down through the support. Nice, beautiful rounded bottom. And now you're back kind of above that support resistance flip. So it looks bottom to me, Sniff. With where we're at in the market, it would make sense that it's bottomed. And, you know, it looks good for some continuation. But, I mean, this is the weekly, right? So you had from April to September, what is that? 5-6 months to buy it in the lake. As of last week, it's out of the lake. So, I mean, that's a good sign from the chart. Good sign. Let's see. Joey Joe says, I took out a 50K high interest loan and dumped it all into Young Peasy. Good luck with that, man. Good luck. And Incredible says, don't buy charts like that. You missed it. I agree with you 100%, man. I agree with you 100%. My thought process exactly. Trade's gone. Wait for the next one. Trades are like waiting at the train station. There's always another one coming. So don't force the issue. Wait for it to come to you. Before we wrap this up, first of all, I see Department of Government Efficiency pumping. This is Doge, the meme of Doge. And we also got Dogecoin pumping. That's the weekly candle. Green vertical bar straight up. Notice, I mean, you had a small little dip on the weekly open and just straight up. We're going to be seeing a lot of those guys when the market's in its parabolic phase. You're going to see a lot of really big green bars. And Sunday night, when that weekly open happens, if you get a dip at the open, aping that dip is going to be the play to catch the move on the week. Remember that as things start to get really crazy and accelerate here. But anyways, Doge is looking mega bullish. Let's check out this daily. I mean, damn, yeah, it's going, all right? It's about to clear this high from July. It has cleared the high, actually. So this is a fresh higher high now on Doge. All right, big resistance up here at 16. But all it takes is one Elon tweet. I think he talked about this on like at the town hall or something like that. Talked about it publicly at some point recently. But yeah, all it takes is one Elon tweet to send this thing to a new all-time high, which is, you know, obviously up here 75 cents. Bad Doge chart up here at 75 cents. But the monthly here, this is the monthly chart. Breaking out on the monthly. Was this the 50 simple moving average here, this teal line? Yeah, that's the 50. No, that's the 50 EMA on the monthly. So beautiful breakout here on Doge, and it likely continues. And this is just another kind of precursor on what's to come. You guys remember what happened over here? Over here 4 years ago? It happened November, right? Doge put in its green month in November. December followed up, and then January, bang, bang, right? It goes 100x. We're entering into that same time period, guys. So this is just a precursor of what's to come. When Doge actually breaks out, the market's in a bull run. So there's a good chance we're kind of right here on Doge right now. So all I'm saying again is don't fumble the bag here, guys. Like, this is it. Get rid of your bear market post-traumatic stress disorder. Get ready to rock and roll. Get ready to print some gains here. the past 6-7 months, you've been conditioned to get dumped on whenever you buy anything. But now it's going to be that brief period of time where assets are going to be exploding in value. The cycle will repeat. We'll go in a parabolic phase, and then we'll go into another bear market. Make the most of it. Don't fumble the bag. And we're still early right now, 19, 18 days before the election. Just take your picks, basically. Big time. Wow, big time. Oh, my God, this thing is pumping too. Anyways, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap this, this live stream up. I'll be back tomorrow. We'll do a Saturday stream. So, yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow. And with that being said, guys, hope you enjoyed the stream. Don't forget to smash that like button on your way out. I appreciate your support. And have a good night. See you, lads.